One of the things that was actually bringing the wrath of God to the people of America and other countries that are also practicing this same evil act is the LGBT. Now, ever since Donald Trump became the president of the United States, he has taken such a bold decision to stop these evil acts, these disgusting things that do not please the Lord. And I'm very much aware that the Lord is pleased about this decision of the president. Now, one thing we should know is that anytime we as Christians try as much as possible to do things that falls in line with the Lord or to do anything that pleases the Lord, the devil comes in to find any ways to distract or to destroy whatever that we are trying to do. The Lord has given a vision to a dear sister about Donald Trump, which I personally pray that this will reach out to him or to anyone that is close to him so that they would be aware of what evil that they are planning towards his governance and towards he himself in person. There is someone among his team or there's someone within his circle that is going to actually betray him because of what he is doing in honor of the Lord. And definitely, we know that the Lord will not just sit there to watch these things happen to someone who is trying to stop sin or evil in the land of the Lord. So I want you to listen to this revelation and then let us pray about it to stop the wicked plans of the devil. Now, I also want you to seek discernment from God over this message. If you're new to this channel, I would like to welcome you and say a very big thank you. I want you to share this message out with your friends and family so that they may also receive the message of the Lord. And please do not forget to like this video as it will help the video grow to reach a lot of audience. And I want you to stay tight and pay close attention as I proceed with the reading of our dear sister's revelation.
Hello, Great Miracle Avenue. My heart is full of pain sending this to you. The experience I received from the Lord is a shocking one, and at the same time, a lesson to many out there who still trust their inner circle, believing they can't be betrayed. God showed me a man in Trump's circle who had plans to betray him, an unexpected individual. While I was in my room, my eyes were really heavy, and as soon as I lay down, sleep took over quickly. But this was not an ordinary sleep. It felt as though my body was resting, but my spirit was being pulled into another place. At first I thought I was dreaming, but this was different. I could feel everything. I was fully aware. Yet I knew I wasn't in the physical world anymore. I looked around, and I was confused. It was dark, but not the kind of darkness that comes from the night. It was deeper and heavier. I felt a sense of danger, although I didn't know why. My heart started beating faster. Then, without warning, I found myself standing at the entrance of a tunnel. The tunnel stretched far ahead, disappearing into shadows. The walls were rough, damp, and covered in something that looked like soot or ash, like the place that had been abandoned for years. There were no signs, no lights, no doors, just an endless path leading into where no one could tell. I didn't want to move forward, but something inside me told me that I had to. It was as if an invisible force was drawing me in. As I moved, I began hearing some voices, so faint, like whispers from a distance. As I moved closer, the whispers became clearer. I could now hear them speaking, several voices, low and serious. I pressed myself against the tunnel wall, trying to stay hidden. Then a voice filled the space. It wasn't loud or harsh, but it carried power beyond anything I could comprehend. It was a voice that needed no explanation, no introduction. It was the voice of the Lord. It interrupted me from what was before me for reasons best known to him. The Lord revealed to me that what I am just about to see is not hidden from him. Though the conspirators believed their meeting was secret, though they whispered in the darkness, though they thought no one could see, but yet their deeds had already been exposed before his eyes. As the Lord's voice spoke, my spirit was taken to a passage in Scripture. I didn't hear a direct quote, but I knew exactly where the message came from. It's Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 12. The Lord had once revealed to the prophet Ezekiel the hidden sins of Israel's leaders. He had taken Ezekiel into a vision, showing him how these men committed wickedness in secret, believing that God did not see them. Suddenly, the scene changed to where I was before. The Lord began speaking to me. Those whispers I heard became clearer with a visible view this time around. So I heard them. They were talking about a plan, a detailed, careful thought. They talked about Donald Trump. This wasn't just political talk. These people were plotting something against him. It wasn't about debating his policies or criticizing his leadership. No, this was something far more evil than that. One of the voices spoke about how Trump had become, how his decisions were standing in the way of something bigger. I watched as they discussed their plan. They weren't just looking for ways to attack Trump from the outside. No, they were focusing on hiring someone who was already close to him, someone he trusted. This person wasn't just an acquaintance or an outsider trying to gain access. He was already inside Trump's inner circle. He had been working with him, standing beside him, and gaining his confidence. And now he was going to be used to set him up. I tried to see his face to recognize him, but it was blurred. No matter how hard I focused, his identity remained hidden. But one thing was clear: he was a man, someone Trump believed to be loyal. As I continued to listen, I understood that this wasn't just a random betrayal. It was carefully planned by a group of powerful individuals. Among them were senior members of the LGBT movement and other elite figures who saw Trump as a threat. Their words revealed their true motive. They weren't just angry about his leadership. They were furious about the policies he had overturned, policies that had given them control, influence, and the ability to shape the nation in a way that went against God's laws. Trump had disrupted their agenda, and now they wanted revenge. One of them spoke with certainty, explaining how everything had already been put in motion. The betrayer was being positioned carefully, waiting for the right moment. He wouldn't need to act violently or forcefully. Instead, he would use deception, leading Trump into a situation that would disgrace him, humiliate him, and weaken his influence. It was a slow, calculated attack, not meant to take him out immediately, but to destroy his reputation, to turn even his supporters against him. These people believed they were in control, that they had power over what would happen next. But what they didn't realize was that their plans had already been exposed before the Lord. I realized that no matter how deep they hid, no matter how carefully they planned, they could never escape the light of God's judgment. Their betrayal, their deceit, their alliance against Trump, it was all known. And because it was known, there was still time to act. I heard it clearly in my spirit. Pray for Trump. This attack was not just political. It was not just men plotting against him. It was deeper than that. It was a spiritual battle. And the enemy was using deception to set a trap. The only way to fight back was through prayer. The Lord revealed to me that believers needed to rise up, not with fear, but with authority. This is not a time for silence. It was a time for intercession. The trap had been exposed. But exposure alone was not enough. There had to be a prayer to stop it. Then I felt another warning rise within me, one specifically for Trump. The Lord made it clear. He must be careful with his inner circle. The betrayer was already close to him, pretending to be loyal, waiting for the right moment. Trump could not afford to trust blindly. He needed to be discerning, to watch carefully, and most importantly, to seek God's wisdom in every decision. The Lord was warning him. But I feel this warning will be good for us all. Do not reveal everything to those around you. Be wise with your plans. Some who smile with you are working against you. It was a strong message, one that needed to reach him. If Trump moved carelessly, the enemy would strike. But if he listened, if he prayed, if he sought God's guidance, the trap would fail. This battle wasn't just about policies. It was about righteousness versus deception. It was about God's truth being challenged by forces that wanted to erase it. I felt it deep in my spirit. Believers must stay alert. This is not a time to be passive. The enemy is moving, but God is revealing his plans. We must pray, we must stand, and we must not be afraid. The voices of the conspirators had faded. The dark tunnel was gone, and the great light had lifted. Yet, even as the vision came to an end, I knew that what I had seen was real. It was not just a dream, not just a random thought, it was a divine warning. I opened my eyes, still feeling the presence of God. My heart was beating and my mind was racing. I believed the Lord had revealed this plan because prayer could stop it, if believers would intercede. If they would stand in the gap, the trap would fail. But prayer alone was not enough. There had to be wisdom, discernment, and action. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. And God bless you for listening to our dear sister's message to the end. I believe you clearly heard everything that she said. Now, what I think is that the devil is trying to stop him from doing the right thing that will please the Lord, just because of these LGBT. Based on the revelation that was given to our dear sister, it means that there are people that are in support of these LGBT that are trying to attack the president just because of the bold decision he has taken to put a stop to these disgusting acts. So I think it is a wake-up call for we Christians. We need to pray in support of Donald Trump and make sure that whatever plans, whatever evil plans that they are working towards, or whatever attack they want to bring, the Lord, through his mighty power, will put a stop to it. Okay, so I'll urge all Christians, most especially those in America, to come together to pray for the president, his team, his family, so that the Lord will be able to protect them in a way that the devil will not have his way to do whatever that he wants to do. So thank you very much. God bless you. Feel free to leave your opinions and your thoughts in the comment section.